right, welcome back, party people. It's me, V. This is Z, and we are Ohio Pizza Party. And today, we are bringing you an out-of-towner today. One of our first that did not originate in Ohio, but has made Ohio one of its homes.
Yes.
And
it is so good.
And it's one of my favorite. It's one of both of our favorites. It's Paulie Gee's. Originally, I think in Brooklyn.
Yep.
Yeah. So
New York.
originally New York pizza. They've only got like 5 locations around the country, and Columbus is one of them.
Shout out to Columbus.
Yeah. Paulie Gee's in the short north. It's located at 1195 North High Street in Columbus. It's been there for a few years, and it is always busy. I mean, it is very, very good Neapolitan style pizza.
Wood fired.
Yeah, wood fired, and it is fantastic. But they also have a new pizza getting on to the Detroit style square cut kind of trend that's going on. And they have a fantastic square cut that we're going to try today. So
we got that as well.
So they got 2 styles. We get the hellified pork pie white pizza. And this has hot sopressata, sweet Italian fennel sausage, basil, red onion, sliced garlic, and Mike's hot honey. Yeah, that's Mike's hot honey.
Add a little flavor, a little drizzle on it.
We have a hog pit brisket pizza.
Yes.
And this has Ray Ray's brisket on it, which is our favorite.
I think I'm addicted to it.
Yeah, and we've never had this pizza, so I cannot wait to try it. And then we got the Joe Pepitone. It's their pepperoni pizza, you know, basic pepperoni and cheese, classic. And then on the square, we got their hot honey pepperoni.
Yep.
And it's the same as pepperoni, cheese sauce with a hot honey drizzle and basil leeks. That's what we got today. I can't wait. So, me too.
And to appreciate New York bringing the collabo to OH.
To Columbus. Of us, little old us.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The hellified. Let's do it.
Yep.
That's what I like. Yeah, it's got that good fold. Oh yeah. Look at the cook on that. Looks so good. Air bubble.
You see the bottom? See the bottom of that?
Paulie Gee's.
Cheers. Love how it holds. I'm a big bread, like, dough guy. Tastes so fresh, so light.
That's what I love about Neapolitan styles. They're so light and fluffy and airy. Oh, the flavors are really nice. Sausage and the hot honey and the sopressata, it's just all over, like it's just bouncing around in there.
I really like the sopressata because it adds like it's a spicy meat instead of just like the pepperoni. I don't know about your piece, but mine has great amount of honey drizzle.
I taste honey all throughout it. So thin.
Like right Neapolitan chew.
That's a pretty thin pizza too. Look at that, all the way through.
Yeah, the fennel sausage. I mean, just the ingredients alone, and that's why I mentioned the dough, the freshness of the dough and how light it is. Get a little bit of that char so it has that flavor, but then everything else is just complements all the topping. It's really good.
Now look at
it's
look
perfectly
at that
cooked.
Look at that glisten.
This Ray Ray's brisket.
Just little
so
chunks
addicting.
of brisket, pickled red onion, their barbecue sauce over it.
I mean, chunks of brisket, not like just little shreds of it.
Yeah,
Like
that sauce tastes fantastic. I love that tangy barbecue sauce. Brisket tastes so good.
this might be one of my favorite collabos.
Making room for the Joe Pepitone. This is their classic pepperoni pizza. And
Putting a little
I
bounce in
mean,
my step.
cup charred pepperonis, little grease cup. Again, shout out Ezo pepperoni. It's almost like you can tell when it's easy. It's a little thicker, you know, their pepperonis.
Like cup up.
Just got a little bit of thickness to them. Pepperonis are pack such a punch.
And you guys saw the slice.
It's
Just line. And it's really thin, like we said earlier.
The thing I typically don't like about Neapolitan styles is that the toppings are usually a little sparse. This has a good amount of cheese and a good amount of sauce. I mean, it's a typical Neapolitan, you know, but the flavor really comes through with the pepperoni in these, and the texture and everything is just so good. So it's fine that like there's not as much cheese and sauce, you know, it's just, and it probably make the pie a little more sloppy, you know.
I would say so too, and I think it's just the right amount for this.
For this style of pizza.
You can definitely ask for extra cheese, but once again, like it's really thin and it's really light, so like you said, it's gonna weigh it down.
So now,
Thick boys.
we're done with the Neapolitan style. Now we're going to this beautiful Detroit style square cut Sicilian, and that's like a blend.
It's definitely
But it's like a Jets, but it's like a high end,
a very high end,
very gourmet. I mean, they drizzle the sauce I think there's a base,
My.
and then they take another drizzle of sauce over top of it.
That thickness on the bag.
Yeah, I mean it is thick, and that crust,
Ooh.
that's the crisp right there.
It is on the bottom.
Whew.
Definitely holds the weight.
Oh yeah, I mean look at that. I'm holding it from the back corner. It's holding
Almost a
itself up.
complete 180 from the light
Right.
and the chewy to
Sick.
the thick
Yeah.
and definitely saucy
can't wait.
and definitely
Yeah.
chewy. Sponge-like.
I mean, it just hits you with so many flavors because you got the butter on the crust and the crispy crunch and then the fluffiness, and then you got the pepperonis and the hot honey. It's definitely Detroit style. It's very reminiscent of Jets, but if it's like Jets, if it was just fluffier and elevated,
Way elevated.
way elevated.
This is on a different level. Man, I'm getting all types of flavors in here.
Because then you hit that big patch
Of sauce?
of sauce that they put on top. And is it sweet to you?
It's definitely on the more the sweet side, but it adds levels to
Because it
the
also
other
has
toppings.
that sweet honey on it too, and it's just.
This
Hey,
is
this
our
is our
first
first
Detroit style. Wow, this is gonna be setting a high,
Oh, high bar for the Detroit style. High bar. We might have to travel to Michigan. OPP pro tip: they have a special on Wednesdays and Thursdays. 3 of their Neapolitan style pizzas, any 3, for $33.
Yep.
$11 a pizza. That is a steal of a deal, and
Great.
it's a very popular deal. So, but that does not include the delicious
The
square.
squares.
But, and like you said, they are pretty expensive, but man, they are so worth it. They're small.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm. We've been going over this and trying to figure out what we want to do. Z, let's start with the crust. Let's start with the classic Neapolitan.
Char evenly throughout, evenly on top. Very light, very fresh. I really have no complaints.
Yeah, the
What
flavor,
about you?
the flavor of the char, the crust, is just chef's kiss.
Voila!
All right, speaking of chef's kiss, the other crust. What do you think about the Detroit style?
You guys saw the thickness on that. So light on top, so crunchy on the edges.
Yeah.
Just what you want.
The
Like you
best.
have that nice,
Yeah.
like chewy, crunchy bite.
Other than Columbus style, which favorite style, the Detroit style is my favorite. It's got the crunch, it's got the doughiness, it's got a little bit of everything. When it's
that
done right,
cheese,
it's
that
so
sauce.
good. And this is the best I've ever had. It's better than Jets. It's better than Buddies, like in my opinion. And
So
when you
many.
think the crust is like, okay, this is the best part of it. Like the topping.
They just put an exclamation point on it. Like in another one, and then another one. 3 totally different pizzas.
I mean, beef brisket, like a whole like barbecue pizza. Then we
sauce
had
was
like an
perfect.
Italian pizza. We had pepperoni
The
pizza.
fennel, the sopressata,
All the ingredients were just like top notch.
the pepperoni.
Yeah, the pepperoni.
Char
were the
on both
best.
sides, nice and cusp.
The pepperonis are my favorite. Oh, I forgot about the brisket. The brisket was my second. The brisket was
That's
so
what I mean.
good.
There are so many.
so
And
good.
the hot honey drizzle.
We love both of them, so I guess it comes down to the score. What are you gonna give it, Z? Let's go traditional Neapolitan.
The Neapolitan OPP rating, I'm gonna go with a 9.5.
I'm gonna go a 9.3. So now the Detroit style, the square,
I'm gonna have to go with a 9.6.
9.6.
I would have to go up.
I'm gonna go 9.6. That's what I was thinking. Yep. Got all the elements. There's so much flavor between the hot honey and the sauce that they put on top, and every piece was so good.
It
was
just
so
craves.
flavorful.
You want more.
Yep.
I mean, we ate a decent amount, and I
Yeah.
still want more.
Right.
Wow! Pizza heaven!